by the power of Grayskull. I have the power! Hey everyone, it's Damon back again with another reaction video. If you are new to the channel, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and turn on the notification bells so you can be notified of content that is uploaded in the future. And thanks to a tweet made by Mark Hamill yesterday, we knew that we were getting a trailer for Masters of the Universe Revelation Part 2 today. This came out, I think, noon today. This is my first chance reacting to it this afternoon. I've been really looking forward to the conclusion of this. I really liked Part 1. The first 5 episodes I thought were really good. There were some things I didn't like about it. But for the most part, I really enjoyed it, and I went into a whole full explanation of my thoughts and review on that, which I'm going to try to link to in a description somewhere here. But yeah, I've been really looking forward to this, and this is coming out either right before or right after Thanksgiving or so. This is right at the end of November. As to my knowledge, this is the last 5 episodes. This is the conclusion to the whole thing. I don't think there's going to be any additional episodes for this. I think this is a one-and-done miniseries of 10 episodes. And as we've kind of discovered, this is not the direct sequel. This is more of a spiritual successor or spiritual sequel to the original Filmation series. And you can kind of tell it's not exactly the same as it was, but it had the spirit of the original to me. And there was a lot of controversy surrounding the first part, especially because people were just saying, well, you know, this is a He-Man show without He-Man. I kind of understand where people were coming from, but at the same time, the show really was about He-Man. They just wanted to actually physically see him, and he was in every episode in like flashbacks or fantasy sequences or whatever. But you know, it's not really what people expected. And then there was the new CGI animated series, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, which is this stuff right here. Yeah, these figures, Skeletor and He-Man. Yeah, I got these for my son. I figured I might as well just get these at least. I'm not going to get the other stuff unless he asked for them. And he's too young for that. These are very different, as you can see. These are based on the newer series, which I haven't gotten a chance to really do my thoughts and reviews on that, because I did watch that whole first season. It's not terrible, but there were things that I really liked about it and things that I didn't like. I'll get into that in another one, but for now, let's just react to Revelation. This is the one that I've really been looking forward to, and I even have Skelegod right there. See, there he is. We even got a little mini one too, a little mini Skelegod. Yeah. I know that he's in the actual screenshot, like the thumbnail for the trailer. So, spoiler alert, if you didn't see Part 1, he becomes Skelegod at the end of Part 1, which I called that immediately. I called it. So, this is kind of something I've been waiting for. I've always kind of fantasized about that. Let's move over a little bit more. So, let's load this up. And let's do that. We will hit play now.
We want to believe in an ordered universe. Some grand architecture holding it all together. But alas, after all these years, I finally know the real secret of Grayskull. There is only power. And now,
There he is.
I have the power.
This is a new era. As the new sorceress, the bumbling idiocies of the past will no longer be tolerated.
The only way we can stop this sorceress is with another sorceress.
Thank you.
If we want to live, we're going to have to fight.
If I can tap into the power, I can stop her.
Soon, all of Eternia will remember this historic moment when Skeletor finally kills He-Man! What are we laughing at?
See, the sword is just the conduit. But the spark, that was always me.
No.
By the power of
Grayskull!
The power is mine alone. Why did it answer his call?
Savage He-Man.
Eternia, we're in dire need of your help.
There is nothing to live for, merely chaos. And to chaos, will we all return?
Oh, see, this is what we wanted to see.
Thank you for being my daughter. Now you need to be something greater.
Oh, man.
All hope is gone. Everything will end.
Find safe positions.
There are no safe positions.
Oh, there's one. Behind me.
Let's buzz off this Ram Man. Oh, I got the chills.
For Eternia!
Oh, you guys are in trouble now.
Oh, no. November 23rd. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Oh, I'm geeking out so much right now. Oh, man. If you can't tell, that was a geeking out moment for me right there. It looked like everybody was there. Like, it looked like all of these, well, not all of these, but like, I can't even keep track. I think there were like 40 or so of these of all the original. I had almost all the figures back then, and I don't remember how many there were. It had to be like close to 50 or so. I mean, I don't know. Classics just brought that up to like, I think, a couple of hundred. I can't even keep track of that. But this looks like something out of, I think, what they did in Classics, where they had this big, huge battle for Eternia. It was like, this looks like, so if you look at like the canon of the stuff that they've done over the past like decade or so, like especially with Classics, they set up this whole canon of like the ultimate battleground. This is stuff that I've only been learning about like within the past year or two, like, because I just lost track of it after a while. I just really remembered more of the original series, which did not get into this much epicness. It just simply didn't. This is what I've always wanted, though. This is like this huge battle for Eternia, like the ultimate battleground where all of the good guys fight all of the bad guys. This is like an Avengers Endgame moment. Like, this is something that I have wanted to see for 30 years. Oh, man. I mean, well, I guess 40. We're going on 40 years, actually. What am I saying? 40 years. Next year's the 40th anniversary, 2022. This looks epic. Yeah, Adam is not dead. People were like, "Oh, they killed Adam twice." No, they didn't. They did not kill Adam twice. He got gravely injured at the end of part 1. He came back from the dead, and this is him building up to become He-Man. And I've seen spoilers of, supposedly there's a new figure coming out, which is a Savage He-Man figure, and the description on it says something to the effect of that he's able to harness the power of Grayskull without the sword, which I don't even get me started on that. That to me is a bit weird, but I'll go with it. Yeah, and obviously Teela's going to become the new sorceress. Obviously, that confused me a bit in the beginning when they're talking about Evelyn being the new sorceress. I'm like, what? But I'm realizing that the bad guys are basically in control, because Skeletor is the equivalent of He-Man, so Evelyn would be the new sorceress. You know what? Like, we'll get on that too. Like I liked what they were doing with Evelyn, and then they just kind of turned it all around in the last episode. Another thing I didn't quite like was that she just all of a sudden said, "Oh, okay, Skeletor's back, so I guess I'm a bad guy again. I guess I'm evil." Kind of destroyed that whole character arc for those first 5 episodes, but we'll see what happens. It sounded like Orko came back at the end. Is he going to become the Oracle? Because I'll admit, like my wife and I watched that, and we cried a little bit when Orko died. Even though Orko was meant for comic relief in the original series, I have a soft spot for him. I mean, hey, he was in the animated series. I mean, this is what I grew up with. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack in that trailer. Skeletor or Skelegod obviously becoming a much bigger presence in part 2. Adam basically comes back from the brink of defeat, and he's going to somehow become He-Man without the Power Sword. So this will be interesting. I think it's going to be. I think the description I saw for Savage He-Man was this is He-Man without Adam's, I guess without that humanity to hold him back. So he's all power. Yeah, this is this is my type of He-Man. This is my He-Man. Not my He-Man exactly, but this is my He-Man that I grew up with. That's what He-Man is to me. And yeah, that's my He-Man. This is not my He-Man. I've said this before. This isn't my He-Man. That's my He-Man back there. And this He-Man. I don't have those Masterverse Revelation figures. I just have the Skelegod one. Because I'm collecting these for my son. This is expensive enough as it is. I can't get into all these different things here. At some point, maybe I'll get the He-Man and Skeletor of that. You know, like I just, you know, I actually had, these were from the 2000X series. And I got these way back when. I got these 20 years ago. They still have never been opened. This He-Man and this Skeletor, I've never opened them. These I might have my son open at some point. They're 20 years old. Never been opened. And it was the only time I did that too. This was after I had got rid of all my toys, and that series came out, and I'm like, let me get these. These were at Toys R Us when Toys R Us was a thing. And I got these. And that was it. Just because I needed a He-Man and Skeletor. And that's kind of how I am with this is, you know, maybe I'll get to He-Man and Skeletor at some point, but it's not really, you know, I can't be thinking about myself. I got to be thinking about my son. This is enough for him. I'm hoping he gets into this stuff. If he wants the other things, maybe I'll get them for him, but obviously he's not at an age where he can even tell me that, or who knows. Anyway, I'm going off on a whole tangent here. I really like that trailer a lot. I'm really looking forward to this. I don't care what anybody says. I think this is great. I think this is the fan service that my generation really wanted, and hopefully this will kind of put to rest a lot of the other stuff, and maybe people will watch this one when they watch the whole thing, they'll say, okay, we like this better. But who knows? There's always going to be people complaining. What are your thoughts on part 2 of Masters of the Universe Revelation? Are you excited for this? Do you think they're going to do more episodes? Let me know in the comment section down below. Again, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. And until next time, this is Damon wishing you all a powerful day.